log NF-470. White-faced follower. Source: anonymous message board post. Date: undated. Time: approximate 2100. About 2 years ago, two friends and I'll call them J and K, went exploring an old coal transport site. The tracks were long gone, just empty concrete and overgrown brush. We wandered for an hour. At one point, Kay looked up into the trees and went pale. He pointed, Jay followed his gaze, and they both motioned to me. Above us, among the branches, was a tall, hunched shape. Its body was dark, almost blending into the trunk behind it, but its face, or what passed for a face, was stark white, no features, just a pale oval. Its posture was twisted, distorted. I squinted and couldn't see anything at first. Jay whispered that we should go. They hurried me along. As we climbed the hill to leave, curiosity got the better of me, and I glanced back. Peering over the rise was the same black form with the white face. It watched us leave. Since that day, I've caught glimpses of it elsewhere. Walking home at dusk, I'll see a tall dark figure with a white face standing at the edge of the tree line on a bus ride. I thought I saw it through a window, keeping pace with the vehicle. It never approaches, and I don't feel threatened, but I always feel observed. I don't know why me. I don't know what it wants. Some say spirits attach themselves to people who notice them. Some say these things are omens. I'm posting here to see if anyone else has encountered something similar. A hunched back, black figure with a white face that follows you but doesn't harm you. Any insights are welcome. Archival note. Anonymous account logged as possible pale-faced watcher incident. Similarities noted with tall, distorted entities described in NF-724 and with silent observer doubles in NF-309. Subject reports ongoing passive observation without malevolent intent. Further reports needed to assess pattern. End log. Log NF-487. Corridor without end. Location: Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Date: January 6th, 2020. Time: 15:37 Central Standard Time. I work as a maintenance technician at a large corporate office building downtown. It's one of those glass towers with identical floors and endless corridors. I know the building better than anyone. When a water pipe bursts or a light flickers, they call me. I pride myself on being able to navigate every nook and cranny, so when the corridor appeared, I thought I was losing it. I've been called to the 17th floor for a flickering exit sign. Easy fix. I grabbed my ladder and spare bulb. I took the elevator up. The 17th floor was mostly vacant, used for storage. It was quiet. I walked to the corridor with the exit sign. It flickered, humming. I set up my ladder, climbed, popped off the cover, replaced the bulb. It glowed steady. I climbed down, packed up, and turned to leave. Behind me, where there had been a wall, there was a corridor. It was narrow, about 4 feet wide, with beige walls and commercial carpet. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. It looked like every other hallway in the building, except it wasn't supposed to exist. I frowned. I must have turned the wrong way. I walked to the end of the corridor. It turned left, then right, then left again. There were doors at every 10 feet, all identical, all unmarked. I tried a door. It opened into an empty room. No furniture, no windows, just 4 walls, beige and fluorescent light. I closed it. I tried another. Same. Tried a third. It opened into what looked like a basement parking level. Concrete pillars, painted lines, the hum of car engines. I could smell exhaust. I stepped back, heart racing. I closed the door. The corridor hummed. I turned to go back the way I came. The corridor behind me stretched on endlessly. I couldn't see the exit sign. My mouth went dry. I pulled out my phone. No signal. I called out. My voice echoed. I thought, this is a prank, but I couldn't imagine how. I walked, counting doors. 32 on the left, 32 on the right. The carpet pattern repeated every 4 doors. My footsteps seemed muted. I stopped at a door and listened. I heard a faint voice, like a meeting was happening in the other room. I opened the door slowly. Inside was a conference room with a long table and chairs. The walls were all glass, but instead of seeing another corridor on the other side, I saw a forest. Tall pines, snow on the ground. The conference table was covered in snow. On one chair sat a woman in a business suit. She was frozen solid. Her eyes were open, her mouth was open. There was snow in her hair. I closed the door and vomited in the hallway. I ran, chose the doors at random, hoping one would lead me back to somewhere familiar. One opened into a hospital room from the 1970s. Another opened into a beach with waves lapping at the carpet. The air smelled of salt. I closed it. My breath came in gasps. I tried not to panic, but panic crept up my spine. I sat back down against the door and closed my eyes and whispered, "Help." I'm not religious, but I prayed. Minutes passed, or hours. I couldn't tell. I heard footsteps. I looked up. A man in a dark jumpsuit walked towards me. He had a badge that said A.D.R.A. Relief flooded me. "Help," I croaked. He nodded. "Stay calm," he said. "You're in a residual corridor. It happens sometimes in buildings like this. We're gonna get you out." He pulled out a small device and waved it along the wall. It beeped. He said, "Follow me, and do not open any more doors." I followed, breathing shallowly. We walked for what felt like minutes, then turned a corner. The exit sign flickered ahead. The normal 17th floor corridor came into view. He gestured. I stepped through. I looked back. There was a blank wall. The corridor was gone. I turned to thank him. He was gone too. I told my supervisor. He laughed. "Are you sure you weren't on the 18th? He asked. I insisted. He shrugged. We'll look into it. No one looked into it. I started seeing strange maintenance requests. Hallway on 17th smells like ocean. Conference room door leads to nowhere. The building got new tenants. They complained about getting lost. Kept my head down. I researched A.D.R.A. I found rumors of them dealing with anonymous architecture. I read about a place called the Hawthorne Institute. I didn't mention that. I avoided the 17th floor. I changed light bulbs elsewhere. Sometimes, though, in the quiet of the stairwell, I hear fluorescent humming that doesn't match any hallway. I think of the frozen woman. I think of the snow on the conference table. I think of the man who saved me and vanished. I think of how buildings go up so quickly now, how spaces overlay spaces. Maybe sometimes they overlap. Maybe sometimes a corridor appears that shouldn't exist. If you ever find yourself in one, don't open the doors. And if a man from A.D.R.A. offers to guide you out, follow him, even if he disappears when you turn around. Structural Anomaly Report NF-487. Residual corridor manifested on 17th floor, 124 Wellington Ave. Temporary. A.D.R.A. agent contained. No occupants lost. Continue monitoring. End log.